something hits you. You hit the Greek pantheon and you find some references to a god named Morpheus, and you read lore about supplicants being able to follow the proper rituals to gain his favor. And that's all it says. But that phrase to you is important. To gain his favor, that usually translates to there's some kind of spell, there's some kind of ritual for a boon. And you're not able to track that down in the library, but you know a guy who specializes in ancient spells from the Greek area. So you make a couple phone calls and just like, hey, I'm looking for a boon from Morpheus. What do I do? He says, you know what, give me 15 minutes. I know the book. Like, Joe, this is all like CSI type Beautiful Mind sort of thing, where he's just doing, like, he's got the worst phone. He has the worst phone, and he's like doing all these things on it.
It's a flip phone.
Oh my God, that's a 2006 StarTech?
It's a boot mobile, and it also has walkie-talkie function. So the talkies, because there aren't anymore, but it has the phone.
They're talkies.
Yeah, it's just a talkie.
You get a call
Yes.
back. Yeah, Morpheus. It's funny you should mention that. There is a ritual to get his aid, but it's a two-person ritual. I can send you some pictures of some ruins that you're going to have to pretty much hand a tattoo on yourself. So one person's getting tattooed, and another person is getting tattooed and shot up with so much morphine that they might die.
You're talking to the right guy.
So you have to be put into an altered state. You can only kind of reach him in your dreams. But for this kind of thing, you're going to really need to push that envelope and get yourself very close to death. So there's a limit to that, a ticking clock, where the longer that person stays there, the harder it is for him to come back, absent a drug overdose. Like, this is a separate problem. And then there's the channeler, which is the person who receives this power. Pretty much what you can do is give yourself the ability for a very brief period of time to put something to sleep. That's the thing that you think of. If I could just put it to sleep, then you could cut off its head.
I go find Eric and lay out the ritual. I think as a backup plan, we should also try to get our hands on some elephant tranquilizer, just in case.
You know what would be really useful?
Heroin?
Heroin.
Yeah.
The lore says milk of the pop, okay? So morphine is probably one of the cleaner ways to get milk of the poppy into your system. You could go opium, you could take a shit ton of Vicodin, but the acetaminophen would probably kill you. Eric saying heroin, I mean, it fits the lore. So if you can't find morphine...
Well, I'm saying heroin because he wouldn't let us steal the heroin back when there was heroin.
Yeah, you could have stole some heroin, and nuts on you guys for not, I guess. Like, you didn't rob a police station drugs. How dare you? Yeah, you think, yeah, heroin, that would work.
You get on that web and see if you can't locate some black market morphine.
So the plan is that one of us is to get doped up near death, while the other one gets the juice to put her ass to sleep, and then the other guy's going to go ahead and cut her head off. If she's still there on those grounds we just left, I can get doped up in the parking lot, petition the guy, get the juice, and go on with an act. You do this shit every week?
Sometimes there's downtime.
Well, about once a week around 8 p.m.
Generally on a Friday.
Let's get the morphine and get the tattoo.
That's on lockdown. Go find that fucking tattoo artist, and then we can start narrowing this shit down.
By the time you walk to the door, Gerald, there's almost an Uber on the way with your guy with the heroin, or the morphine. I mean, he's got heroin if you want it, but...
I'm taking the morphine. I wanted to... No offense, Joe.
You got a lot of experience with morphine. It could kill you, Joe. And I know you're not really in the greatest headspace right now, and probably feeling like a good suicide mission is the right answer.
You look great for your age, and I'm sure you're fit as a fiddle, but I think I
pop out my pain pills, toss two back, wash it down with some liquor.
Yeah. Look at that. Vitamins. You're in great shape, sir, but I think I might be able to handle this one. I think I might be able to come back. If I falter, at least you two pick up the left off.
Yeah, no, you fucked up. We're probably fucked too. No pressure.
No pressure.
Do we agree?
That means, Joe, you're going to have to get tatted up. Eric, you too.
Fine, as long as it's temporary.
Yeah, it's them henna tattoos. They last for a little while. Like, you could get some temporary tattoos, but you don't want to have a bad case of the sweats and have it rub off halfway through the ritual. That would be bad news. That would be death. A couple $100 later each, you've got some henna tattoos that look ridiculous.
But while we're there, before I leave, I get my my son's name.
Okay, sure. You want that one as a permanent tattoo?
Yeah.
Nope.
Okay. Yeah, you. Your mourning is not temporary.
Yeah, I'm going to move on at some point, but just for now.
So yeah, you guys get your henna tattoos, and you get yourself a scatter of hits on a map and you start making little X's on things that you think kind of go along with what you're looking for. It's so-and-so wasn't at their usual spot today. Can you do a wellness check? So-and-so wasn't under their normal bridge corner today. It's these little things that get reported that aren't anything that you are able to piece together. There's a radius around the estate, but not directly around the estate.
While he's doing that, Joe would ask Conway if he had a police scanner. Replied yes.
One piece of tech he does know how to use.
Gerald and I, we listen out for the police scanner and just trying to piece together anything to help tie into whatever Eric finds.
You're able to listen in and you can hear that there's trouble in town, but you can't tell which of it's important. You think something might be a thing, and then you ask Gerald, and he says, no, don't worry about that. That's just a guy who had too many drinks. It's almost like he's sitting in a cubicle waiting for 5 o'clock. This is how much he's comfortable with this. Gerald, you're able to get a little bit more information than Joe did, but it's more like one of these things where you guys are listening to the police scanner, and Gerald, by the end of it, you think you might have something. Bring it over to Eric to show him what you found out. It's like you made a crayon drawing and you want to show him how good it is when he's just finished drawing the Mona Lisa. So
mine's still going on the fridge.
Like you've got your macaroni painting and it's good. Like you can tell what it's supposed to be, but Eric, he's way better at this. You've got a radius around the estate where you think there might be a couple of areas where a Gorgon would likely be to hole up.
The next thing I would propose is that we still interrogate the family now that we know that the Gorgon is not on the property. Everything they know about it, how they got it, how they kept it, how they trapped it.
There may be somebody in that household who might be able to divulge some information.
I'm sure you can think of somebody who's been around.
For multiple generations, most likely.
Serving that household with dignity and gravitas.
I really just want to hold the main family members at gunpoint and tell the information.
I don't know, Jeffrey might have something to say about that.
Even if it takes him 25 minutes to tell it to me in 3 sentences.
The reason you're here in the first place was because a guy broke into their estate. He made it in, and I guess the Gorgon got him. He had a way in. Let's follow up on that. He was sent on a job by somebody, so he has some inside information.
You go see Rico. What's his nuts?
Shoe shining. Yeah, that was it.
You guys get ready to make your way to the car, and sure enough, if there's not 3 Italian-looking dudes standing by your car bashing out the headlamps with baseball bats.
His or mine?
Yours. The car that you took to Toco Hardware when you broke in, took some of their stuff.
We turned off the cams.
You didn't find the informants who keep an eye on the place.
Okay. Gun drawn.
They put the bats up. Whoa, hang on here. You guys had this.
FBI on the ground.
You ain't no FBI.
Pull out my badge.
Shit, he's FBI.
Yeah, get on the ground right fucking now. Step away from the vehicle.
They take a step back. They drop the bats. So am I under arrest? What am I being charged with? I'd like to speak to a lawyer.
I find one of my dice. I need to make a self-control roll. They just smashed up my fucking car. You don't smash up the continent. Fuck these fuckers. Yeah, I kick the bats away. I look at the other two like, you need to play backup on this one. Get some handcuffs on them. Throw them in the back of my busted car. In the back seat. Shit, when are you guys going to have to ride in the back seat with them?
Not it.
Not it.
That's Joe. I look back. Where's your boss? I need to talk to Rico right now.
I ain't got to tell you nothing. I need a lawyer.
You need a lawyer when I tell you you need a lawyer.
I know my rights.
Hey, well, you know what? About your rights.
Boom! I just elbow one of them upside the head.
Wow.
About your rights.
Wow.
Boom!
Wow. Jesus.
Oh, is that all you got, Grandma? He gets a little blood down his nose, but he took it pretty well.
As I was saying, since our kind president suspended habeas corpus, we can hold you as enemy combatants. You don't have any rights. No one will ever know where you went. That's sort of where we're at right now. And I'm sure my friend here, whose car you just wrecked up, probably go extra secret with this. So you might want to tell us where your boss is.
You get a 19 on con game to try and convince this guy he's fucked.
No. Like, I don't even need con game. Everything I'm saying is true.
Right?
Listen. All I want is for your boss to pay for these damages. I'm not after him. He was just part of another case. If I go see him and I talk to him and he pays for these damages, I'll let you go and no one will ever have to know what happened. If you don't tell me where your boss is, then yeah, we're going downtown and you're not going to see the light of day for the rest of your lives. Your miserable lives.
You know he's serious because he said miserable twice.
They whisper at each other, and then the one guy who's got the bloody nose now, thanks to Joe, you want a meeting?
Damn right I do.
We get you to meeting, and we're good. And it's on him, right?
He sent you here?
Yeah.
Then yeah, it's on him.
All right. We got that. I don't need no FBI muscling in on my life, especially if you ain't on my radar.
Yeah, how are your taxes doing, by the way?
We ain't gonna talk about that. I'll get you the meeting. So great. Now I used up my horrible Italian accent for these guys. Now I need a different one for Rico.
That was one you were saving last week. You were going on and on about, man, I had this great accent all planned out for him, and that was it. Good luck. Come on, bring it.
All right. They give you directions to Toko Hardware.
Drive around back. This is a terrible idea. I might just get us all killed before the Gorgon.
No, I'm gonna roll with it, because if we survive this and it is as bad an idea as you think it is, then you'll have no choice but back my play.
Damn it. All right.
You guys roll into Toko Hardware. The two guys says, all right, you gotta let us go in. Let's go in ahead of you.
They're staying handcuffed.
Hey, what's this, man?
They'll come off once I talk to Rico.
Boss ain't gonna like this, showing us disrespect in his own house. And he leaves and he goes inside. And then you see the door open. Another individual that you don't recognize. He's got a broom. Waves you in.
Go inside.
You see a really fat guy sitting on a stool that you don't know how it's holding his weight. His shirt is a little bit stained and he's got a big old fat cigar in his mouth. Hey, Johnny, get the lead out. Those hammers ain't gonna merchandise themselves. And he looks up at you. You guys, welcome back. What brings you here again?
A couple of your goons smashed up my car.
Maybe they smashed your car, but what I told them to do was to make sure that you guys paid for the stuff you took from my establishment last night.
You mean our evidence?
Evidence. You don't come and get evidence at the middle of the night. If this is my first day, you come with a warrant, raids, and guns. It's a photo shoot.
Yeah, some of the stuff is a little off the books.
Ooh.
You were tied to one of our informants. You sent to the people we're targeting and got them killed. And now you're smashing my car.
I don't know about all that. If you fine gentlemen are looking for a gorgeous 4-speed, high-torque, cordless Craftsman drill, I can get you wholesale. Best one they make.
I look like neutral. I need headlights.
Kick over a rack.
You kick over the rack, and then you hear click, 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 click of multiple guns being drawn and pointed at you. Oh, guys, we're just talking here.
I look back at Joe. Yeah, we're just talking.
He's got a bit of a nervous twitch, that one. You don't want to bring bullets into this yet.
Playing along.
Put them down, boys. You broke in, you took my stuff, I busted your car. Sounds like we're even to me.
I'm pretty sure the stuff I took out of this store wasn't worth the car damage.
What about my humiliation and being disrespected? He
A big
opens the
deal.
book and points to the entry. Be
Get
smarter
smart.
next time.
Oh.
Oh, at least you got the message.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got exactly what you deserved for that. You shouldn't have kept that book on the premises. You're lucky that we're not coming after you. I have an entire binder full of information about everything you're tied up in. Frankly, none of that interests me. What interests me, I'm looking at the
Mitchell
Gracias.
The Gracias? What do you want to know about them? They're nobodies.
They're nobodies. They're a very rich family.
They're rich nobodies.
You sent Mitch, I'm guessing, to go get something from them. And that's where we tracked his phone to.
He's saving face in front of his men, putting on a tough guy act. You realize he's going to give you what you want.
Well, I want to know why you sent Mitch in there. What's going on? And I want to know everything you know about that family. They've got something going on that isn't on their books.
I get it. You look the other way, we look the other way. None of this ever happened, right?
Works fine for me.
Guys, you hear that? None of this ever happened. Now you say it. Your word. Say it.
Nothing happened. You're never here.
Alright.
Never there.
Mitchell, that poor bastard. Yeah, I knew him. He was into me for 10 lodge. Started missing payments, so I had to put the screws to him. Word is the only way he could get it was to do a little bit of a side job. I put him on the Gracia estate. I didn't tell him to do it, but I told him if he did it, that we wouldn't have to break no more of his fingers. That's what they are to me. Bunch of rich trust fund babies, never even gonna miss what old Mitch goes in there and takes. Now, Mitch seems to have dropped off the face of the earth, and I'm not happy about that because he owes me 10 large and points. Those points just don't go away. I'm a businessman, I got a reputation, and people disappearing when they owe you points. So that's what I got.
Did you give him that job?
Give is such a strong word. I told him there was things at that location that might solve all of his problems. As far as giving him implicit instructions that would translate to any kind of culpability, that never happened.
This whole conversation never happened. But the more things you give me that I can use, the less this conversation happened.
Well, what else do you want?
Did you tell him how to get in there?
I told him how to get in there, but not how to get in there. You know what I mean?
Well, if someone were, theoretically speaking, trying to get in there, how would they?
Oh, it's easy. You do a couple drive-bys. You look for a spot in the fence that maybe there's a gap in the bushes. You hang out for a couple days, see who walks by and when. Get in the house, grab a few things, bada bing, bada boom, get your way out. All your problems are solved. Hypothetically speaking, of course.
Hypothetically speaking. So basically, you've told me nothing I didn't already know.
Nothing that you didn't know. You seem to be of the mind to understand the criminal, much more so than a normal FBI agent might I add. But Mitchell here, he drives a forklift, so maybe he's got to have these little bit of advice.
I guess. That's all you know. You think someone with you is hooked up would know more about these silver spoon types?
I mean, what's there to know? They got their tennis practice, they do their fancy dinners, they sell statues.
My family's been selling statues for generations.
I've been in my line of work for generations. The hardware business has been good to me.
Gerald, let me talk to you. Excuse us.
Yeah, whatever. Hey, them hammers, man. You're raised in the country, you put them all in the same direction on the hook so the customer can see it. Take you out back, I swear. I'll put the switch on you.
Three Stooges now? What's happening?
Why don't we bring him in on the operation?
That's a great idea.
Guns, search the estate, of course. We'll keep an eye on and see what's what.
Alright, I go back to Rico. It does occur to me that I am actually short an informant and an inside agent now, thanks to missing Mr. Mitchell. I don't suppose you'd be open to an arrangement.
So first you fucked me and now you want to take me out to dinner? I'm not saying no. Well, why don't you explain this to me, how this is a good decision for me?
If you got some muscle you could lend out for this, whatever goes missing is just evidence that I lost along the way.
Really?
Really.
How do I know this ain't some kind of sting?
Like I said, I have a whole thing on you. If I wanted to raid you, I would be doing that right now. Besides, I did leave you some good advice in your book there.
Alright, I got these two boys back here. They're pretty good at what they do. But you're gonna have to take the cuffs off. You let bygones be bygones, they'll do what I tell. And won't shoot you in the back unless you cross me.
I pull out the keys, go walk behind each of these guys and undo their cuffs. No hard feelings, fellas.
Yeah, hard feelings.
You ain't been in cuffs before.
Joe just takes a healthy step from the guy that busts in the face.
You've recruited two Mafia goons.
I cannot believe we just recruited two Mafia guns. I walk over and I offer my hand out to Rico Shoeshine.
He takes his cigar,
Burns the shit out of me.
pulls it out, sets it down in an ashtray. Alright, seems like yous needs me, and I could use yous. Yeah, you got a deal. If you cross me, you get shot.
Fair enough. Most of the stuff in that house that your goons are going to be able to make away with, they're not going to be small. So you might want to have a truck nearby.
You leave the FBI into use, and you leave in the evidence retrieval to us.
You have a burner I can text and let you know when things are going so your people can move into position?
Who got a burner? I ain't got a burner you can text. I got a burner you can have. I don't need no taps on my phone, you understand?
Works fine for me.
He gives you a burner phone.
I'll send a message and just inform your people to be quick, because after we're done with the raid, eventually the official suits will show up to do their job.
Now that we have a peaceful deal, arrangements and such, why don't you and your boys get the hell out of my store?
Fair enough.
You mean boys?
Johnny, them hammers!
All right, we get a new motel, get an extra room for the goons, tell them sit tight, enjoy the minibar, go to other room, look at Eric. I guess we're doing it your way.
Finally.
I guess we're gonna wait till the evening and then we're gonna try to break in. They have that big gate, so we're gonna have to be able to handle that.
Yeah, you're able to catch the rounds, figure out the pattern, and get yourself in through a hole in the fence. No problem. And even making your way to the house is not that difficult.
So, Eric, how many families at gunpoint?
Families? No. No, not many whole families. It's rare when you find a entire family that is a collective piece of shit.
What are you guys looking for while you're in here? Are you
We're
looking
looking
for the family or the butler?
to round them up and interrogate them.
Okay.
Which one becomes you first?
Yes, Antithesis Freeman. Remember, the album dropped in early 2017.
Molasses.
Molasses.
Thick as molasses.
Eric, you're looking for the family. How dare they live in this nice house and get people and turn them into stone and sell them so they can support this fancy lifestyle. Like, this is unacceptable. These people are the real monsters, and they should be executed summarily. So you're looking for them.
I just love the way you just know exactly what he's thinking.
I mean, you guys can speak up if I'm wrong.
It's not about class, bro. It's about the murdered hobos for hundreds of years.
In that fancy house they use with their ill-gotten
I
means.
don't care about
You never said you had problems with the money. It's just how they earned it.
I'm from an upper middle class family. I don't care about their money.
Exactly.
Gerald's a bit
But
jealous.
she hates seeing all that wealth. It just burns you up inside. I don't give a damn about these people. I just want to get the information we need to stop the Gorgon.
Now, I don't want to murder anyone who wasn't complicit in this whole ordeal. Gerald doesn't just kill people because they're bad people.
These aren't just people who, like, one of their kids murdered somebody and they covered it up.
It might be only one family member knows. Probably no. Nope. I don't know what we're going to have to do with Jeffrey. If he walks in on this, are we going to have to kill that butler?
Yes.
Yeah, Gerald and Eric, you're going to have to let Joe take the lead on this one because he knows where he's going. You do hear some noise in the hallway.
All right, I nod towards the door.
You open the door, and you see an old man who turns at the sound. Who's there? Is that you, Master Freeman?
Blam, 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 blam.
Not Jeffrey.
Just empty his entire clip.
Eric, I'm not going to stop you. I just need to know you're not joking.
I don't know if I'm not joking or not. Aaron, roll a die.
All right, what'd I do with that one I just had? Good for me. A 7.
Like, I unsheathed the gun and then I put it back slowly.
Wow. Jeffrey just dodged a bullet, literally.
Wow.
Damn.
Is that you, Master Freeman? What are you doing here at such a late hour?
We're looking for the family.
Well, the Master and the Missus have retired for the evening. They usually rise with the sun from tennis practice.
Ah.
Would you like me to put you into a room for the evening? Although this is highly irregular.
Love just wandering the house.
Tell us about the goddamn Gorgon.
Right?
Yeah. That's it. Joe just grabs the old man and starts shaking the old man.
This feels like much more one of our operations now.
What are you doing? This is highly improper.
Tell me about the goddamn Gorgon. Tell me what the hell. Where is it?
Where's the Joker? I'm so tough. Tell me what I want to know.
26. Gerald and Eric, Joe scares the shit out of you guys for a minute. After Jeffrey's bout of I-nevers.
Put my hand on Joe. He's very old.
He's gonna talk.
And once Joe releases him, I take up from where he left off.
Jesus Christ.
I'm gonna have you roll grit. 8.
Don't shake him to death.
Stop! Stop! I'll tell you what you know. Don't hurt my knees anymore. I can barely walk as it is.
Oh my.
All right, Gerald, it's your turn.
I'm playing good cop here.
You're playing complicit cop at best.
Yeah, you're right.
Don't let
All right.
them hurt me anymore. I'll tell you what you want. I know where the safe is.
I don't. Where's the safe?
Like, let's not make the heroin mistake again.
It's in the master bedroom behind the painting of the master on this horse.
And do you happen to know where the key/combination is?
They gave me the combination because I have to polish the inside of the safe. So it keeps the things inside from being susceptible to corrosion.
Give us that code so that my friends don't hurt you.
He tells you where the safe is. He tells you what the combination is. I just need some stationery. If you could direct me to the desk I have over there, would one of you happen to have the writing utensil, or we could visit the study if you want.
This would be the perfect time for him to suddenly turn into Liam fucking Neeson. I check the desk.
Okay.
Make sure there's nothing hidden.
He's looking for a pen so he can get his shaky hands to write down his combination. You get some numbers written down on a page.
Now that you've done that, what do you know about the family business?
He looks uncomfortable. He's looking at you like, are they going to shoot me if I tell them we have a monster in the basement?
It's a valid concern.
Yeah. More directly, what do you know about the creature they used for the family business?
Well, I just want to go on record saying that I haven't had very much to do with that directly. Been working here for the last 45 years. This is the second iteration of Masters of the Estate that I have followed. From what I can tell, they're all a bunch of assholes. They fight, they drink, they do drugs. They're promiscuous in ways that are appropriate for ones of standing, such as themselves. And they're not good people, but the checks always clear, and it is part of the code of the butler to treat that family with the utmost respect and loyalty, regardless of their deserving of that respectability. Now, having said that, I didn't know that anything was up, as you youngsters say.
What are we, Bugs Bunny?
Until my 5th year here. I was quite the younger man in those days. Could take the stairs without any trouble. And one day, I did take the stairs on my own. They didn't send me downstairs. In fact, they never sent me downstairs. But I felt it's my duty to know the household frontwards and backwards in the event that I ever. And then I saw a woman in a cave. And I wasn't about to question what was going on, so I left. Because one does not question the actions of the masters without good reason.
What?
What the fuck is good reason?
She could have been a sex person who was paid to be there. Which, for people who are not in that community, that is more common than you might think. The orgies alone are shameful, but common.
As time went on, you learned more about their sex parties, I'm sure, but more so about...
People were coming over and being treated to certain hospitalities, a warm meal, clothes, basic medical attention, what they could have got at the clinic, but they were being brought here, and I never saw any of them leave. The masters always said that they had left in the night, grateful and not wanting to impose anything else on us. It was not until much later that I found out what was really going on.